Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for tuning in to the Super Barley Brothers podcast, where four middle-aged fathers discuss a range of nerdy things, including craft beer, video games, comics, movies, tech, and so forth. We hope you enjoy the show.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We have no affiliation with any companies, individuals, or properties mentioned herein. Any trademarks or copyrights utilized belongs to those entities that it is associated with.
There we go. Okay, now we're live. So, happy Father's Day to all of you that are watching, and to the rest of you three gentlemen that are on there. My name is Ian. This is the Super Barley Brothers podcast, episode 8, where we're going to be catching up on E3 and talking about the announcements that have come out, the ones that catch our attention and things along those lines. If we happen to miss one that catch your attention, feel free to fill us in the comment section below. Moving right into it, I guess I'll run down and let everybody introduce themselves. But first, let's run through what we're drinking, because that's what part of this is. So I will be drinking an empty glass. I'm sorry. Woo-hoo. That was a mistake. I will be drinking
fix this problem.
This entire bottle of Terrible. It is just a bit. I'm just going to give it the slow turn. How do you like that apple? Even though it's all choppy and shit, but whatever. So it is a Unibrew, which is why I have my Unibrew glass for it. It is a dark beer, rich, full flavor. I say dark and look, it pours out amber. But it is
motor oil.
Full bomber size. I'm going to stop there before I have to drink a bunch of head, because I messed that all sorts of up. All right. So that is what I will be delving into this evening. Moving right along, gentlemen, take it over.
All right, I'll go ahead and go next. I will be enjoying a full bomber of Enjoy by 4th of July. Double IPA.
Have you started it?
I have started it. Beautiful.
What do you think?
Amber color. I missed the dankness of the 420, but this is very hoppy, very nice. And this is being enjoyed in my custom homebrew mug.
Oh, nice. Father's Day gift?
From last year, I believe.
Very nice. Yeah, I wasn't too, I mean, Enjoy buys are always impressive, but it didn't really strike me as anything impressive on this one. Less hoppy to me. So I
kind of like that 420 a little bit better.
Absolutely.
It had a more complex flavor profile to it.
I agree. So speaking of hoppiness, I'll go next, and I'll say that I am enjoying a Founders Devil Dancer, which is a triple IPA, because I love the grapefruit hoppiness. A lot of amber in this. I was really shocked when I poured this and saw how red this came out. I was reading on it. I don't really have the chance to read this, so I will get back to you on that. Good question. Sorry, I don't read through my beers too much. The thing about it is, one of our groups that we're part of, where it's Texas Craft Beer on Facebook, a gentleman, I forgot his name, he actually had this as well, and he was a little bit disappointed in the hoppiness on this also. And I have to say I agree with him. I've had double IPAs, especially the Franconia one, and I don't know, Ian, if you're a big IPA fan, but the double IPA is something to definitely check out, because it is pretty incredible as far as where it ranks on Imperial IPAs that I've had. So,
you know, it's funny that you mention double IPAs, because up north I actually picked up a 4-pack of Great Lakes Lake Erie Monster, which is a double IPA. Brought one down for us to consume.
Sweetness.
And then I brought some back for Cobra Kai as well, so I'm going to have to get together with them and have them drink their share as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... shares. Yeah, we do. To me, it's also a little bit flat, not as carbonated tasting. I feel like I'm just drinking juice, actually. Just grapefruit juice.
Funny because it's got a 99 on rate beer.
And... I get it. It's Founders. I mean, I think it's based off the name is why people are rating it so high. It's just like with Stone. You can't find a Stone that's not rated 4 and above, or not rated below 4 and above. So, yeah. Moving along. Jerry, what are you drinking, sir?
I went to Total Wine and More, and I got a build your own 6-pack, and I've been drinking that all day. So right now at the podcast,
we can tell.
Yeah,
no, I'm joking. I've been building your own 6-pack.
KCCO Black Lager in partnership with the Resignation Brewery.
What do you think of that?
So far, so good. I think I like Ugly Pug better, but
Yeah.
It's a black lager, right?
yeah. But
I didn't
I
care
still
for
like
as
it.
much. Yeah, Ugly Pug is definitely the go-to for me, but I just couldn't get into the KCCO as much.
Yeah, Shiner Black Lager used to be the go-to for me. It still is when you go out to the bar or whatever. It's kind of hard to find Rar and Sons, but Shiner they typically have either the Bock and or the Black Lager, so that works out. But yeah, so I've been trying different craft beers today.
Very good. What else have you had?
Rar and Sons Summer Wheat. It was okay. I don't really like wheat, but I wanted to try it again. I can't remember the other one. I have to look.
That means it's good.
The alcohol content on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Not that important, I guess. But yeah. Also, while I was there, I bought a bottle of scotch too. Some
Good
Glen-Ness.
Nice.
You got some Glenlivets.
No, I actually I've got Glenlivet's already, but I went and got Glen-Ness. It's a Highland Scotch, so it's a little bit more peaty. I had
Smoked peat?
Huh?
Smoked peat?
I can't answer that off the top of my head.
Fair enough.
But you're in the neighborhood, you can come by over and have some.
Yes, I could. I may do that tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
No, too late.
It'll be like 10 o'clock when we're done tonight.
Kick open the fucking door and drink your scotch.
Right?
Yeah, Scotch.
Beat your whole damn bottle just by myself.
There you go.
Hey, if you can make it glug, then you should be able to sign the bottle.
Oh, God. That's a bad moment right there. Oh, man.
Terribly wonderful idea. Okay, so now that we've run through what everybody's been drinking, or are drinking, let's run it down. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was actually on vacation for the week of E3, so the most time I ever got. Hey, family stuff. I give my son for a couple of weeks, and I decided to take him to Ohio. So I got about 15 minutes a night to run through written stuff on Joystick. Whoops. On some other affiliated website, I guess. I ran through their stuff to see what their coverage was. I didn't get a chance to really go through trailers until I got back here. In fact, last night after I got the kiddo to bed, we got in about 5 o'clock. After I got the kiddo to bed at about 6 o'clock, no. I just basically set it on YouTube, put it on one of the channels I'm subscribed to, and almost let it run. But then again, I am a bit of a fanboy, so I skipped ahead to day 5, where there was stuff from Microsoft instead of listening to Sony or EA's. Although I did stop and watch at least what was it, the Division's trailer and Far Cry 4's trailer, which I thought that one was pretty good. My hair is a little fucked up. I'm gonna have to fix that while you guys are talking.
Oh boy,
that's perfect, man. It was I fucking worked on it earlier today, got it all perfectly done and shit, and I put on my headphones and it pushes it back and it looks all jacked up.
Well,
and the manliness of this podcast just downturned.
Hey.
Right.
Do not hate because of the loveliness of these locks, okay? Don't hate.
Why don't you just go ahead and turn on the light behind you? That way you get the halo effect.
You know what? I actually thought about that. I have a little lamp right here on the side. I was going to put it on one of these like TV trays and then set it behind me so that I get the Jesus look. Because I mean, come on, look at it. Who's your buddy? Who's your guy?
I got the statue.
Jesus didn't have to wear glasses.
But he was
cries.
perfect.
Well, check it out, Jerry. Welcome to the Super Barley. Welcome to the Super Barley Brother podcast, where Ian blasphemes on a daily basis.
Hallelujah.
Okay, so
so E3. Yeah, that happened last week.
Yep. So
I was just trying to do a segue.
Gotcha. You suck at it.
Ouch.
Your brother Trebek.
Okay, whatever. Let me just go ahead and dive in real quick. I know this wasn't on the list of things that we were going to talk about. Excuse me. I at least hit the mute button. But I did want to go ahead and run down a couple of things that I was disappointed about. Now, I've stated it before, but the one way to sell me a Wii U is to put a Metroid game out there. And Nintendo, you have let me down. Now, granted, you do have Bayonetta 2 coming, which we're going to cover that a little bit later. So you've at least got a game sale out of me. And if you do another Metroid, you'll get a system sale. And you'll get another game sale when I buy Mario Kart. But right now, you've announced no Metroid. I'm not buying a Wii U. Okay, that's my disappointment. Whoever wants to roll on.
Are we doing disappointments right now?
Well, just, if you want to just throw that out there real quick. I know it's not on the list, but let's just do it real fast.
Just one disappointment to me was, and granted, I think the developers handled it a lot better than they used to, where they used to try to promise us a date, but a lot of games that we've been looking forward to. Now, that's not to say that there's nothing coming out the rest of this year, but I found it quite odd of the amount of games that every game was saying 2015, 2015, 2015. To me, E3 was all about, here's our product, this is why you want to, support us, here's what we got coming up for this holiday season, get your wallets ready. And especially EA's conference, to me, that was just a waste of time. Especially right in the beginning with the Battlefront little trailer that they showed the developers. Yeah, exactly. Just talking about, oh yeah, we went back to the original source. Oh yeah, we went back to Lucasfilms and we got the original stuff that we were taking from the original trilogy. We're not going off the reboot. Yeah, we're just really excited about what we got in store to share with you guys. And then they say, look for more information spring of 2015, which means probably the game won't even come out until maybe holiday of 2015.
I tell you what, though, with as long as I've been waiting for Battlefront 3, if they can do it and do it right to where it's fun and it plays good, that's fine. Take your fucking time. Make it so that the resolution gate on these new consoles is minimal, to the point where I don't have to fucking hear about it when that fucking game comes out.
I am fine with that, but what was the point of that to me? There was no point. Yeah, they showed concept art. Great. I love it. Whatever. But it's like you're not giving us anything that we could at least be excited about. At least with like the Batman versus Superman movie. I'm not trying to revert this back to movies and the similarities, but there is. With Batman v Superman that Zack Snyder is directing, he's actually been releasing teasers and little snippets of art that gets you pumped. I mean, the Batmobile picture and then showing Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, take with it what you will, but it's at least something to get us motivated. There was nothing that I got motivated from EA, especially with the Sims 4 that they showed. And
oh my God, are you fucking serious? You didn't get pumped up for the Sims 4?
Oh, did you see what the demo that they showed of it was about the girl going over the whole, this is my character. He went on a date with this old bat, and then he got ticked off because she blew him off. And then he went to work out the next day because he is still raging from the night before. And then he decided to throw a party that night. And then the girl decided to show up out of nowhere and really depress him. And I was just like, fuck me. It just wasn't the same to me on, what the conferences were supposed to be about.
Hang on, what the fuck is on your shirt, Jerry?
Los Pollos something.
Oh, come on, Ian. Tell me you know what that's from.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Where did you get that at?
Target. I just had to break it up. I'm sorry, Scott. That was rude.
It's Breaking Bad. No, that's fine. I mean,
Scott.
I'll stop. But that was my biggest disappointment, was the lack of games. Now, like I said, there are games coming out this year that I'm excited about. Dragon Age Inquisition. Mm-hmm. That right there sold me on that trailer and that gameplay.
Nope.
Destiny has sold me, not just because I'm in the alpha, but the gameplay that showed of that. Now, Ian, you're excited about that, don't even?
Oh, no, I'm stoked about it. I'm going to be a day one, but that's because it's Bungie. Quit trying to tag yourself as being in the beta.
It's a little bit of a plug for me.
He said alpha, not the beta.
He did
it
say
is alpha. I am in the alpha.
You know what? If you looked at the graphics when he was streaming, because I was able to at least get on long enough to look at that for a little bit, that's not an alpha. That's a beta. And with being 3 months,
so
well, they're fucking stupid. I mean,
you calling Bungie stupid?
Oh yeah. Do we want to go back to Halo 2's ending?
I liked it.
It was a fucking dumbass ending. The great game, dumb ending.
We're gonna finish this fight. What's wrong with that?
Then finish the fucking fight!
We did in Halo 3.
No. How did he get out of the ship without having to read the comic books? How did he get out of that ship? Do you know?
He flew. I don't know.
No. There was this big fight that took place inside that ship, and he kicked open an exit door and wrote it down like a surfboard. I only know this because I read the comic book. You could have had that as the boss fight of the game. Shit!
Seems like a missed DLC opportunity.
Back then, they didn't do a lot of DLC. I mean, keep in mind, I came around with that disc that had every map pack on it and made sure everybody's Xbox had it on there.
Speaking of Halo...
That's a little slow on the uptake, but yeah, that's a good one.
Do we want to go down this list? I'll let you and Jerry talk about it, because I'm going to let you guys talk about Microsoft since I'll be talking about Sony, since I'm the only one that watched that. Well, I know Jerry did, but...
I watched it.
I know, but... Alright, go ahead.
Okay,
right, so
Microsoft.
Yeah, go ahead.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Oh my god, this game looks fucking awesome, bro!
11/4/14 is when it comes out. I'm gonna be a little honest with a title like that. I would have expected a little bit more information on a HUD. I don't know if it was me or what, but I really didn't see a lot of information being displayed while they were going through their stuff. It's a small disappointment, but a disappointment nevertheless. The tech looks awesome. Kind of stoked about that. All the different stuff you get to use and whatnot. I don't think I'm going to be a day oneer with Call of Duty, but I'll eventually get it. Ian, what did you think?
Oh man, I tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. Even though I got a clan and we play Cobra Kai or Texas Cobra Kai currently on Call of Duty Ghosts, I'm gonna have to get it day one because Kevin Spacey.
Well, yeah, that's
and that looks. The single-player campaign actually looks fucking awesome. Now, granted, I am one of very few people that play these games to where I will actually buy it and play the single-player campaign. A huge, huge margin of the people that buy these games literally only buy it for the single-player or the multiplayer campaign. I'm sorry. Keep in mind, I'm drinking that whole bomber, but that's the first glass. This is going to be an interesting evening.
Yes, it is. It's going to be a fantastic evening.
Yeah, it's going to be great. This will be one for the archives. It just looks really good, but I did notice a very glaring ghost possibility in that gameplay demo that they showed, where you had the guy that has his little catchphrase, "See you on the other side," and then at the end, "Oh no, his arm is caught inside the machine. Oh, and it took flight and it blew him up." Yeah. Okay, he's coming back later in the game. I can almost goddamn guarantee you on that.
I was actually shocked that they showed that. I would have thought that would have been like a spoiler moment. Because we don't know what part of the game that was in, right? So,
that should have been in the beginning portion of the game because, I'm sorry, I have followed this game a little bit more in depth than I pretend to be. It's more about private controlled military, or PM. Is it PMC or PCM? No, it's PMC, private military company, something along those lines. Fuck it, I'm drinking for once in a while, and damn it, lost my train of thought. And so here in this opening trailer or this demo that we're seeing, and I use that because of
air
Gearbox.
Quotes. For those on the podcast, air quotes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm doing the lie bunnies. The lying bunnies is what I'm doing here.
I call it sharp, booty teeth.
Sharp, nasty teeth. Sorry. The reason why I'm using that terminology or saying, air quotes, demo is because of Gearbox, because of what they did with that Aliens Colonial Marine kerfuffle that came out not too long ago. But, God damn it, where was I? So in this gameplay trailer, you see them in full U.S., they might have been, I want to say they were Army. They might have been Marines by the color of the fatigues. I'm not exactly sure. But when you get into the trailers that they used to show the game, when they really showed off Kevin Spacey and they talked more about the private military, you noticed there was more of a jeans and T-shirt type of mentality underneath the what looks like a Raytheon exosuit. And if you guys don't know what a Raytheon exosuit is, YouTube it, because it's out there and it looks almost identical to the shit that's in this game. But, you know, they had that going on for them, so that looks good. One of the other problems that I have with it is with an earlier trailer, the one with Kevin Spacey in it, is that there's this jump that this guy makes where it looks like the Beast jump from X-Men 3, where it literally looks like he took a pose, was lifted up on his wires, and then moved across the plane and then brought down, which I can't fucking stand that shit. But, I mean, it looks... Ooh, it's going to get my $60 on day one, if I can find it. I'm not going to digitally download that because I'm going to sell that as soon as I'm done with it. But, yeah. For me, that's a day one.
Cool. Thanks for that insight. Scott, now this is cross-platform, Scott. Do you have anything to add?
No, I'm not a Call of Duty guy. I'm a Battlefield guy. Sorry.
John?
I've got no input. I do kind of like Kevin Spacey being in the game.
The one thing that I thought was kind of cool, I guess, to go back on it was in the gameplay that they showed those smart bombs or whatever they were. Those were a little badass to watch. I could see that being pretty fucking cheap though in multiplayer if they allow that. But you know, that's just me.
Things we have to adapt for.
Yeah. The last Call of Duty game that I played though was, I think I played Black Ops 2.
And that was one of the best ones as far as the multiplayer was concerned.
I agree. And I liked it. I never played Ghost, never really... I didn't have anybody that was interested in it, so I just figured I'll wait till it goes on sale, if anything.
Yeah, if you want to play it, just come over here and, you know, wear some gloves before you touch my Xbox controllers.
Radioactive ones?
Yeah, you might want to do that because I don't want your shit rubbing off on my holiness. But yeah, I would say pop on over. You can burn through the campaign probably in 2 sittings.
Yeah, I mean, you showed the last level when we had the LAN party, and that was actually, I mean, it was cool. I just, like I said, I didn't even know what was going on. I'm just like, okay, yeah. But then again, like you said, I think you're probably one of the few, and let me know, in your Cobra Kai group, does all of your members in Cobra Kai play through the campaign of Call of Duty?
I know that Stovetop plays through the campaign because we talked about it the first night that we got together and we're on actually playing. I know that Prager's and Red Kryptonite, their main thing is solely based around the multiplayer.
That's all I wanted to ask you too. So, and not to go back and like compare this to Titanfall or anything, because that does have a campaign mode. But do you think it's even worth it for these games like Call of Duty and Battlefield to even have a quote, like I said, quote unquote AAA campaign mode where they're hiring these A-list actors like Battlefield? Personally, in my opinion, and John, you played through Battlefield 4 campaign, that is. Yeah. I couldn't get into it. I stopped after the mission where you're going through the hotel to go save the people and you have to go to the rooftop. And it's just, to me, Battlefield and Call of Duty have always been about one thing. Now, granted, now I'm not going back on Call of Duty. Personally, to me, Call of Duty always was a campaign because Call of Duty, if you remember, in the origin was all about World War II. And they really didn't have a multiplayer presence when they first came out. It was all single player, and just the graphics were blown away, like on the Xbox 360 when Call of Duty, I want to say 2 was the launch title. Thank you. That was my day one for me when I got my 360, and I loved it. We thought that was truly next gen, and mind fuck blown away. This is incredible that I'm able to throw these grenades and I'm seeing smoke and shit fly off of the rubble that I'm seeing these explosions happen. But to me, like Battlefield 1942 and all these other Battlefield games, they never had a campaign. It was all about multiplayer. And
so let me interject real quick with you. So you're saying all this, and I do remember distinctly going into an argument with you regarding Titanfall and its full multiplayer-based $60 price tag.
Well, here's my problem with that, and this is where I guess console gaming has interfered with ways that Call of Duty, when it first came out, was on PC. When Battlefield first came out, it was on PC. PC games you play online for free. This whole paying for fucking multiplayer online, that's where I kind of draw the line. Where if you want to play multiplayer on a console like Titanfall or Call of Duty or Battlefield now with the PS4, and they're in the same boat, it pisses me off. I could buy the same damn game on PC, and guess what? I don't have to pay a fucking membership to play online. And that's where I draw the line, where I'm just like, making a multiplayer game, because that's what it's all about. And that's why I love that they're going to be making Unreal Tournament free to play. Because that truly is a smart thing to do. Yes, the people that create the shit can have the option to charge.
Can they? Okay, because from what I understood, and I'm most likely wrong because this is on the pseudo master race, is that the Unreal game is completely free. If you state that you are making a level for the Unreal Tournament game, then you will get some type of an access to it, to the Unreal Engine 4 through Epic, and not have to pay the, what is it, like $20 a month for that.
Right. So they'll give you, I think, the tools just for Unreal Tournament. They don't give you the complete dev kit that you could pay for the $18, $19 a month for the total Unreal Engine developer kit. The thing about Unreal Tournament is it's a lot like TF2, where it's totally free to play. They're going to have their default maps, default weapons, but then people have the option to create weapons, just like in TF2. They can create hats, shit, whatever, levels, and they could have the option to charge, where Epic will take a portion of that money that you make off of whatever you create. I forgot what the percentage is, but to me it's just like, I know, and that's the thing is, again, these games, though, are all based, and that's what I wanted to ask you, because you do get your money's worth, not only just for the multiplayer aspect, but you enjoy the campaign. So you are getting it double, 2 times around. Where a lot of people just buy it and they pop it in, and first thing they do, boom, multiplayer, and they prestige it, and they prestige it, and they prestige it.
Now, let me state, though, that there have been, in fact, I think it was John that lent me Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1, Rambo 3, First Blood 28, and I played through that one and really enjoyed that campaign, and I thought it was great. Never touched the multiplayer. Never really got a chance to finish the campaign for certain situations that arise during that time frame I'm not going to go into. Sure. Eventually, I tracked down like a cheap version for like $10 on the 360, played through the campaign, and then I decided to go ahead and check out the multiplayer. Now, this was after Modern Warfare 2, or like not on the heels of it, but we were close to Modern Warfare 3 coming out. And I finally got through it and started playing the multiplayer. I was like, okay, well, that's fun. It's a great progression thing, but I don't really care about it. Then I got my hands on Call of Duty. I think it was Jerry that lent me Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And I played through that campaign, thought it was fun, but since I was borrowing the game from somebody, I didn't bother with the multiplayer and passed it back to Jerry. Now, I had a friend that is in no way interested in first-person shooters except for things like Portal and Bioshock, and he lent me Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 that was given to him by his father-in-law, just because he knew he was in the video games and wanted to have some common ground with him or something along those lines. I'm probably butchering the hell out of that. Sorry about that, Death Wish. And so I borrowed that from him, and that campaign was 4 hours long.
Yeah.
So,
and John, how long was Battlefield 4's campaign? You want to say about 5 or 6 hours?
Yeah, give or take.
And you beat it on like the hardest difficulty, which kind of was like, I mean, I was playing on normal and I was sucking. I mean, Ian, you watched me that one night that I was stupid, running around not even knowing what the hell was hitting me, bullshit. But that's the thing is, we don't have to go down this whole road of this. I mean, it's totally optional. But here's my biggest thing though, Ian, and it's like, what do they say like on the PS4 and the Xbox One that they say what you're paying for when you're paying for Plus or you're paying for Xbox Live? You're getting dedicated servers, blah 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 blah. But you know what happens to those dedicated servers when nobody's on to play those games anymore? They get rid of them so that they can save money. The thing that I love about PC is Battlefield 1942 just got their servers closed down. And they actually had the option to have people create their own servers. And that's the thing and this is just like I said, this is just the difference between console and PC is consoles control how long you could truly play a multiplayer game.
I agree with you
go ahead.
To a certain extent. Now, this is going to sound like a direct attack, and I don't mean it that way.
That's okay.
But if I'm paying for multiplayer, I expect a certain amount of security. If I'm not paying for multiplayer, I'm paying an antivirus service. because I need to make sure that there's no back door that somehow tags along. Now, yes, that is kind of a direct jab at the PlayStation 3
That's
with
the only
its
thing.
freeze.
That's fine.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying is like I'm okay with paying that $60 as long as I'm secure, able to turn the game on and play it day one with no problems. And
Titanfall was day one with no problems, though.
no. But by the time I got home and had a chance to plug it in, I had no problem.
Here's my big thing, and like I said, I don't want to get into a debate, but like you said, for PC, what you're paying for, what, an antivirus? But there's free antivirus that you can get. That I have, that John has, that Jerry has, that we don't have to pay for antivirus because there is free antivirus on our PCs that will keep us secure, and it's just a lot of unanswered questions that I have about what truly, like you said, you know what you're paying for. You feel like you're paying for that security. You feel like you're paying for those dedicated servers. You feel like you're paying for being able to turn the game on, go and find a match, and I will admit, Battlefield 4 joining a match on the PS4, I'm sure it's the same as Xbox One, is a shitload better than getting on a
fuckball.
it is a shitload better though on the console to get into a game than it is on PC.
Well, and think about it that way, is I have never heard it on any table, be it the Xbox, and I'm using both platforms, be it the Sony, using both platforms, or the PC. I have never heard of anybody having positive time for an entire session unless they jump on, have that one fucking roulette run where they get it good from the get-go, play one session, and they're happy with what they did that night, and they turn it off.
It's taken them. It's
never
taken.
happens.
Yeah, it's taken them 6 months, but they're finally. And that's another thing that I'm glad that all of these, to go back on, all these delays and, waiting in 2015, and who knows if it'll be 2015, it might be 2016. At least they're waiting because Battlefield should have been delayed. But the only reason why they came out with it is because they wanted to beat Call of Duty before it came out, and they, again,
that's a time
they
of
did.
marketing.
Themselves over. They fucked themselves over.
They fucked up real bad because, when the Xbox One came out, I needed stuff to play. What game did I avoid? Like that, that one girl at the bar that obviously smells like herpes? Yeah, I avoided Battlefield 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. It doesn't matter. I avoided it.
You're right. Yeah. And I can't agree with you more, and that's why I'm pissed off about. And I'm in the beta, and I'm trying it, but I'm not feeling it. The new Hardline, Battlefield Hardline, cops and robbers.
Oh, that's a whole nother discussion for a little bit further down the list.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's jump back on the list. Let's jump back on the list. Jerry, where were we?
Sorry, Jerry, this is all you, brother.
What?
Assassin's Creed, sir.
I just want to put it out there that I haven't done Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, or I'm in the middle of Black Ops 1, so I'm a little behind on the Call of Duties.
Enjoy the campaigns, don't worry about the multiplayer.
Yeah, that's typically what I do. I mean, multiplayer for me is really, I only do like with y'all or with other guys from the SBB Facebook /group /Super Barley Bros. I don't like playing multiplayer with strangers. I just don't.
Stranger danger.
Yeah.
Wait a second, Jerry. There's nobody stranger than me.
That is a true statement, my friend. So, Assassin's Creed Unity. This was shown both at the Microsoft and Ubisoft conference. Being released.
Real quick, though, Jay, this is a shock to me because guess where Ubisoft has always been every year at E3?
Where's that?
Sony's conference. So when I saw them show Assassin's Creed at the Microsoft, I was blown away. And go ahead. That's the only thing I had to say because you guys are getting exclusive DLC, which is another thing that I noticed a bunch that pissed me off about this whole E3 is exclusive shit, blah, blah, blah. I could give a fuck.
That's the same bullshit everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
Amazon, I know. Walmart, Best Buy,
Yeah, but go ahead. Continue with what you saw in Assassin's Creed Unity. That was the one thing I wanted to point out. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, we had a good discussion on that on Facebook.com/group/SuperBarleyBros. All the exclusive stuff. Having games that are exclusive like Halo or Infamous and Uncharted, Gears of War.
Uncharted?
I said Uncharted.
Oh, I heard
no,
Uncharted.
you didn't. You said Uncharted.
fine, whatever. Beer all day.
Pour another one, brother.
But exclusive DLC crap, that kind of ticks me off, realistically. And a lot of people chimed in on that thread, and it ticked them off too. I don't like it. Exclusive, stuff on each console, fine, whatever, or games, I mean. But DLCs, skins, get it first here, that kind of stuff. I don't particularly like, because sometimes you can only afford one console, right? So let's just say, and I'm not going to say that this was a money decision, but let's say Ian had the choice of getting both or one, and because of the games that he wanted, he chose Xbox One, and same with Scott, he chose PS4, because at the time even though they like games on both systems, you can't go out and get both consoles at the same time, realistically, and to punish, let's say Ian gets, Advanced Warfare on the Xbox and Scott gets it on PS4, and there's exclusive DLCs on both of them. I mean, that's not fair to the other guys. That's just me.
I see where you're coming at with that. To a certain extent, though, there is a lot of money that that Microsoft and Sony throw at these guys when it comes to that exclusivity. To kind of backpedal, though, Kojima, or Konami, I'm not sure which one made the decision, did a really awesome thing with the console-exclusive DLC that came out for the Ground Zero, the Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero DLC. After a certain period of time, they went ahead and they opened the gate. So let's say I downloaded Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes on the Xbox One. And after collecting all the Fox tags, or I'm sorry, XOF tags, I was able to do a mission where I was able to play as Raiden, which had a really interesting load-in type of screen or beginning cutscene, whatever the hell you want to call it. But after a while, Kojima unlocked it so that I was able to play the PlayStation 4, or I'm sorry, Sony exclusive content that came with the game, which was this deja vu shit, which, Scott, if you ever download Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, enjoy that Raiden thing, because that deja vu bullshit was quite literally bullshit. I couldn't get one because I didn't happen to run across the thing at the exact same time. Had nothing to do with killing someone or staying stealthy or anything along those lines. It was being spotted by a spotlight at the same time that I'm running across the box on a helipad. Fucking bullshit.
I did pick it up, though, just to give you a heads up. I did pick it up this past week.
Enjoy it. I mean, the main story aspect can be done in 2 hours, but I really suggest the assault from the helicopter.
I've already been looking for the optional side missions and doing all that stuff. I've only played, and I have to keep stopping because of different things here and there with the new baby waking up and everything. So it's like I can't really get involved, and I want to, like you said, I could beat it in 2 hours if I wanted to, but I'm not. I want to soak it all in because it's Metal Gear, man. Like I told Jerry, he needs to play these because he loves stealth, and this is as stealth as you can make it, especially sneaking around and shit. And it's bad.
Can I tell you, I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, Jerry. The PlayStation 3 that you have, is it backwards compatible?
No, sir.
Okay, so good news is Ian has a working PlayStation 2. Ian also has 2 of the primary Metal Gear games. I've got Metal Gear Solid 1, which was on a PlayStation 1, so the graphics suck. Whoa, excuse me. So I might bring you the GameCube so that you can play Twin Snakes, which uses Metal Gear Solid 2's gameplay aspects. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I never finished 2. I never finished playing 2.
You never finished Sons of Liberty?
No, when it came to an escort mission inside of swimming, which I hate both, escorting and swimming, I was done. And I had a Game Genie, mind you.
Naked Raiden.
Eating in that fucking game. But I didn't care because it was Raiden. Because Raiden doesn't say Metal Gear correctly. You know how you say Metal Gear in a Metal Gear game? You say it with a question mark and an exclamation point, okay? Kiefer Sutherland is not saying it right because it needs to be Metal Gear.
Yeah,
it can't be Metal Gear.
That's the one thing that I'm not feeling so far. And granted, he's not talking a lot, but when he does, I'm just like, ugh.
Although I have been a big advocate. I've told you guys before that I'm not a huge fan of stealth games. I picked that up on a whim. It didn't cost me any, like, I think it was like $10 out of my pocket. That's all it cost me out of my pocket. So it was kind of one of these things where it's like, you know what, I needed something to play, and I just got Twitch streaming, so I needed to be able to stream something new and interesting. I'm hooked. I will buy Phantom Pain day one. But
Cool.
We've gotten off topic.
Yeah.
Jerry, get back to Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed Unity. 1028, 18th century Paris during the French Revolution. Here's my disappointment. When the hell are we going to Japan, Ubisoft, for Assassin's Creed? When's
I would
that
buy
gonna
that.
happen?
I would fucking buy that all day long.
Anyways, that's my beef. 4-player campaign co-op. That looks sweet. And if Sean and Scott and whoever wants to be a third one on PC is a day one-er, I am a day one-er because that looks sweet.
How did I get ignored in that statement?
I said John. I said John.
Scott said it.
Well, I didn't know if you were an Assassin's Creed player or not.
He's played more than I have.
Oh. Well, I'm a bad brother-in-law. I apologize. I will give you a big old hug later.
I'll just take some of your whiskey.
And some scotch, if that's all it takes. Okay.
Hey,
so
that's all.
They redid the parkour in this game. It seems a lot more fluidic, especially going down a building.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why is that funny?
Your choice of words. It seems a lot smoother going down, but I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Just the tip.
So typically in an Assassin's Creed game, you had to jump and like hope that you landed in the bale of hay or whatever. This one, you're actually descending down the side of a building, similar in the way that you would go up. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Very stoked about it. The way I understand the co-op is that everybody, so John, Scott, Jerry, Sean, from our point of view, we're the protagonist. But when John, you're looking at my character on your screen, you see a different assassin than everything like that. So, but the way that we four are playing, we're playing from the protagonist's point of view, but to all three of you, I look like I'm somebody totally different. So that's I can kind of see why they did that, because that way you don't get realistically four different people's points of view when you're going through the game and things like that. So I can kind of understand why they did it that way.
That's how Watch Dogs is.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, did they steal that from Watch Dogs?
Well, they're both Ubisoft.
Well, yeah,
so
granted,
it doesn't matter.
But it's supposed to be two separate IPs. I would hate to think that they're trying to intermingle them.
Well, they're going to reuse certain things on every game.
Idea. It's the idea, and I like it because, like I said, in Watch Dogs, in the multiplayer, when you're doing a tailing mission or whenever you're doing a 1v1 hacking, who you look like Aiden Pierce, and everybody, and then whoever's looking at the other screen, who's ever on the other side of the world, is seeing a totally different person, whether you be black, white, fat, skinny, whatever, male, female. You're a totally different character, but whenever you're looking at yourself on your game, you're seeing Aiden. So I think that's kind of a cool concept, but
Well, see, now I can agree with you, but then when you start doing, you know what? I'm going to go on a tangent of walk. I almost said walking dogs. Wow,
Walking Dogs.
I'm an episode behind on that game as well. As I stare at my Xbox, I need to make sure that still works. I took that to Ohio so that my little one can play Minecraft. Oh my God, I'm a great parent. Moving right along.
Plug it in and plug the Kinect in. We'll see if it works.
Not that. No, that Kinect is actually collecting dust behind the TV. It's the other one that I actually use for my streaming. That's another. Moving right along.
Do we want to continue or go on your Watch Dogs tangent?
I don't want to do that. I don't.
Yeah,
I
let's
don't want
wait.
to end it.
We'll do that on the next podcast whenever we actually talk about what we're playing. So what else you got about Assassin's Creed 4-player co-op? The one thing I liked about it, Jerry, was the use of different weaponry.
Yeah, they. It looks like it's getting a little bit more versatile. I think that's cool because in the 4-player aspect, you can have one person have, some ranged weapons, and then you can have the guy with like the brute axe. And if you are communicating, properly. With people you can really set that up and kind of plan out what you're going to do. So there's some Tom Clancy gameplay for you, like Rainbow Six-ish type stuff, where you have the different classes and you do that. So I'm stoked about it. The game looks beautiful. I know all of us are not really big. The graphics aren't like a make or break deal for us, but I kind of like that they are, even though I haven't bought a next-gen console yet. I am glad that they actually made this for next gen only. It wasn't cross-gen. So hopefully they can use that hardware not only from the PC's point of view, but from the PS4 and Xbox One's point of view, as far as being able to do different things and not be limited by last gen's hardware.
No,
and Ian has a point.
Because you're our resident Assassin's Creed fanatic and aficionado. Expert? I don't know. I'm 2/3 down through that fucking bottle. What happened to... So there's Unity for PC and new gen systems, and then there's something that's supposed to be coming out for current gen. Did they not announce that?
They didn't announce that, and that was actually brought up in somebody else's interview. And I can't remember for the life of me what was said, but it has neither been confirmed nor denied that they are going to have an Assassin's Creed new release for past gen.
But didn't they already pseudo-announce it like a while ago when we first started seeing screenshots for Unity, and we heard the name Unity? There was another name that was dropped. I can't fucking for the life of me remember it. My mind wants to say community, but that's not right. I know that's not right. It's like Purge or something along those lines.
Yeah, moving right along from that joke.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is I gotta get Black Flag.
Black Fat?
Wow.
Wow. Sorry.
Scott, you've got to unmute yourself.
No, he's losing his
Scott.
shit. That's what's going on. He can't turn himself off. He's got the face hugger on.
My tongue's numb from all the beer. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, blame that.
Holy shit.
Okay, so moving right along, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start on the next one, Sunset Overdrive, giving Jerry a second to kind of collect himself and make sure that his tongue is firmly in place before we move along. So, Sunset Overdrive, as far as we're aware, is set to release on October 28th, 2014. It will be exclusive to the Xbox One. My own words here, because I know Jerry's got something written down here, and I want to leave that for Jerry to talk about when he gets his shit straight. It looks like Dead Rising.
Actually, can I give you another game that it looked like to me?
Go ahead.
Did you ever play Total Overdose?
No.
On the Xbox or PS2. Check out that gameplay. You're a Hispanic gunslinger, and you actually do combos, kind of like what the guy was doing. It reminds me of Total Overdose meets Tony Hawk meets, and I hate to say this because I'm bringing up a PlayStation exclusive because it is Insomniac, meets Ratchet and Clank. Because of
no!
Dude, come on. You have to admit that the weapons are over the top, just like Ratchet and Clank. Come on. I'm
just
just trying to tell you, I like the aspect of it. But yes, like you said, it does have a Dead Rising feel because of the hordes and hordes of mutants or whatever the hell they are from that energy drink.
No, I understand it's an Insomniac game. That's all well and good where you get your statement about the weapons being over the top. But my statement about it being a Dead Rising game, does that not cover the weapons being over the top?
Well, did they say that in Sunset Overdrive you're going to be able to craft these weapons, or do you just unlock them?
That's a good question because
now if it was crafting, then yes, Dead Rising all the way.
When I was looking at it, and I started to see how Dead Rising-ish it is, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought to myself the same thing I still think about Dead Rising 3. When it's a game with gold for free, then I will play it. I'm not dropping 60 bones on that game. Not even if we are in the dry season. And with that date being in October, I will have already purchased Alien Isolation, because that will be my October streaming game for me to scream like child girl.
Wait, that's coming out this year?
Yes, that comes out. I think it's October 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you see that they? Did you see that they had a demo of that with the Oculus Rift?
Dude, no. No. I watched one guy on YouTube. I can't remember the name, so I do apologize if you're watching this. He filmed a buddy, split screen. This side of the screen was a camera focused on his buddy. And this side of the screen was the Oculus Rift input, and he was playing the Dungeon Gate game. It was the first one that introduced the whole mechanic to where there's a statue in the room that you're in, and if you turn away from it, the statue will move closer to you.
Yep.
And he turned and looked and saw it, and I watched this grown-ass man grab the Oculus and rip it off of his face. So from that point on, I'm well and happy for Microsoft and Sony to do their Project Morpheus and Project Neos. Get it?
Yeah.
And, no, the one was the joke, not the.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
So I'm okay with them making it. I'm not going to shell out money for it. The only thing that would make me shell out money for it is, I don't know, Catherine that ties directly into it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. We got off tangent. Where were we? We were on Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah. I mean, it looks very arcade. It looks like an over-the-top arcadey type game, which I don't know. What did you think, Ian? You said it's just like Dead Rising 3, so does that mean you're just going to wait and see what more comes out of it?
Well, excuse me. I need
mute that.
I'm sorry. I was in the middle of talking, and I didn't want you to see me to open my mouth during that. But about 8 of those, I have been muted. I tell you, I downloaded the demo for almost every Dead Rising game that had a demo, and I've just not been that impressed with the gameplay to the point where it's like, I don't give a shit. Why am I getting echo from someone?
I don't hear any echo.
Okay, it's just me. Either way, there's not been anything that's really caught my eye with Dead Rising. The only zombie game that I really enjoy is the Walking Dead series by Telltale. And I
agree.
And even though it's an energy drink that's possessed or contaminated the society, it's the same fucking thing. It's a zombie game.
Yep.
I mean, you turn them into mindless zombies to the point where the guy can open a can of the drink, throw it behind him, and they're attracted to it. Zombie game.
Yep.
Never played Dead Rising, any other zombie game. To me, it looked fun and witty, but I don't have an Xbox One, so it'll be a while. Okay.
Ian, talk to me about this next one, because I don't know what this is at all. I was totally confused when I saw Conker show up on this, and I was like, the fuck is Project Spark?
Okay, so I will drop what little itty-bitty knowledge I have about Project Spark, because to me, this looks like one of those games where it's the sole purpose of the game itself. I'm using air quotes. The sole purpose of the game itself is to give you power to create stuff. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing already in package with the game. It's all based on stuff that you could create. Now, if you have an Xbox One, as I know some people do that listen to this podcast, or by God, I swear to God, if you're not fucking listening to this podcast, I'm going to break the fuck out of your nuts. You know who I'm talking about? Sweep the leg. If you could download it for free already as a beta. I'm using air quotes again. Beta through the Xbox One marketplace or store or whatever the fuck they're choosing to call it right now. But its sole purpose is a creation platform to where anybody can make whatever they want and put it in there. It is being created by Rare, as far as I'm aware. Rare is owned by Microsoft. That's why you're seeing a lot of the Rare titles come out now on the Xbox One platform, such as Killer Instinct. On the last platform, you saw that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which nobody wants to remember. Apparently, I don't have fond memories of Banjo. I loved Conker. But as far as I can tell, what they're doing is they're giving you assets to be able to make a Conker game if you choose to, or a developer at Rare has taken it upon themselves to say, when I'm off the clock, I'm making a new Conker game inside of Project Spark. Other than that,
have you looked? So I take it you have not downloaded this in.
I have no. What's the term I'm looking for? I have
interest?
No care for it. Yeah,
okay.
No interest. I don't care.
Okay.
I can't create shit. This is why when I play Trials, I don't usually play the community maps. Although, honestly, Fusion has had some of the most insane fucking maps made by the community.
Don't even get me started about the fucking maps. Don't even get me started.
There are some that are just fucking phenomenal, and I don't know if they're cross-platform, but there are some on the X1 that have just been fucking... Like, literally, I was streaming one night playing that game, and... had a point where I was laughing my ass off playing one because it... Cover your ears if you're under 18. It had me remembering taking acid at one of those underground music events that we used to have back in the 90s. Now, they were illegal. There was lots of lights and strange things moving around, but it reminded me fondly of that.
Okay. I was just curious because when I read up on Project Spark, I was like, how much more detailed, and I didn't know how detailed it was with the tools that you have, with the options that you can create, with the size that you can, use to be able to create whatever you want. Like, can you create a full-fledged game, or is it just create a level?
Well, as far as I understand from actually last year's E3 announcement, you can create a full-fledged game inside of it.
Sweet.
It's not just a level, but as they kind of showed in that trailer, and I would believe to be truth, is that people will create levels and then put them up for people to play, because it would be easier that way than creating a full, 4 to 8 hour long game and putting it up there to get feedback. You would do it level by level and then see if there's some way in the system to put them together to create one game. I am not a creator. I cannot do that, although I have a son.
Exactly.
But I can't put shit together. I don't have the patience for it. The only reason why I would download it, and I guess I should. I guess I'm doing a disservice to my fanboyism by not downloading it and trying it. Well, I need to get an external hard drive. I need to download it and try and see what's out there so that I can give a better review on it. But it's also one of those things that has been shown now twice at E3, and that tends to be a bit of a nail-in-coffin situation. And I would have said the same for Watch Dogs, but it's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else have anything else that they want to put in on the Project Spark?
Project Spark is a powerful yet simple way to build and play your own worlds, stories, and games. Experience the ultimate interactive playground delivered as a free digital download with many options for enhancing your creative experience. It's a place where you can walk in the world's
collective imagination and start playing.
See how a creator did what they did.
Let's get to the only reason why I was interested in this Microsoft conference and talk about the next thing.
Jerry,
Yes.
do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
This, man, I wish I had $500 laying around.
You don't need it. You
400.
just need 400 now. 460 bones, brother.
You got to account
That-
for tax.
Yeah, tax and shipping. So 500.
Amazon does free shipping mainly. You got Prime, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Go to the Microsoft store. They always have free shipping.
Halo, the Master Chief Collection. 11/11/2014 exclusive to the Xbox One. Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary. And Halo 2 Anniversary. And the cool thing with that one, you can switch between old graphics.
You can do that in the first one.
Yeah, and the first
I
Combat
did-
Evolved anniversary.
I didn't get the first one, so I didn't know that. It was cool to me. Don't be a jackass.
Oh.
And they did listen to when Combat Evolved was released, anniversary, about the multiplayer aspect of it, and the original Halo 2 multiplayer will be re-released with that, and gives you a total of 100 plus multiplayer maps.
The best thing about this collection,
The
in my
best
opinion,
part of waking up.
See,
I much
John,
prefer one of those.
and this is all new to you too, so you need to hear this. This is what makes me think that this is.
What do you think I'm doing? I'm sitting here listening.
No,
Shut
I know,
up.
but this right here is what you need to. listen
John,
to.
why aren't you paying attention, John?
Listen,
Open
John,
your ears.
listen, put
Um,
your ears on standby. Listen.
I'll admit this is a true slap in the face to any HD collection that's been released. I will admit that first and foremost. The best thing about this, John, is when you go into this game, the interface of this will actually just let you play any part of each one of the games that you want to. Or when you play multiplayer, you can play custom or the actual multiplayer maps across all the different games, so you don't have to worry about, oh shit, I gotta load up Halo 3 to play the Halo 3 multiplayer maps. Oh fuck this, I want to go back to Halo 2. No, it actually does it all in one place when you're in a multiplayer room with your
See, and you know,
other
this
people.
is actually one of those things I used to talk about when Halo 3 was done and in the ground. I said next game is going to be Halo Arena, which was nothing but the multiplayer maps. But
That would be smart if they do that, man. That would
that's
be.
what this is.
Well, it is and it isn't, because like they said there's also 4,000 gamer score points to try to make a little joke about, hey, you can play through the story again and get all those gamer score points, so you're going to get that as well.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that most of the people are going to go in there and go straight to multiplayer and be able to just do everything. And for $60, now, you know,
Now, is $60
Like
confirmed?
yes,
Wow.
yes.
But that's 4 games.
No,
That is
that's good.
Four games. That's not like the DMC. That's not like the DMC collection that came out a while ago. Oh shit, you can't see it. I lifted up my shirt and I'm wearing my Devil May Cry
No, I
shirt with the
saw
2
it.
shotguns. Okay, well I don't see it on my end. It's not like that where you got 2 games and then a piece of shit that did
Mhm.
nothing but steal your money. So, I mean, this is 3 really good games, and 4 was kind of working in there if you read the books. But yeah, no,
To me, this is what redefined the online FPS for a console. This is what the true first game that came out on console that rivaled the FPSs like Counter-Strike and Quake and all these FPSs on PC.
Well, it's because it was brand new. It was
It
the
was
thing.
innovative, though. It was not only that, but vehicles,
and you
and
know, it totally.
flying. And
Totally, man! It so virtually fought the fact of an FPS on a console. I mean, I haven't seen shit like this since I was playing GoldenEye.
I agree. And that's what it did. It brought the GoldenEye GoldenEye multiplayer to the next gen, or that gen, or whatever.
I had a buddy back
And
in
say
college.
what you will about
I'm
it. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna date myself. I had a buddy back in college that he would set up LAN parties for the first Halo, where
Yeah.
you would bring your Xbox and your CRT TV. That's right, I'm old as fucking dirt. You would bring your CRT TV over to his house, and you'd set up on a local area network, and that was it. You would play multiplayer on that thing. Now, I am not part of the Master Race. Sorry, Jerry. I'm not part of the Master Race, but I did have Halo 1 on the PC primarily because it allowed me to do the multiplayer for free. But I didn't get that until Halo 2 came out on the Xbox Prime. I can't say one. So
I'm really curious as to why they released Combat Evolved on the PC and then just stopped. Did they ever?
No,
do
they
actually
did too.
Halo 1 was meant to be a PC game. It started as a PC game.
No, sir.
No,
It
dude,
started as a Macintosh game.
Oh.
It started as a Macintosh RTS game. You want me to go down this rabbit hole?
He knows
So-
more about Halo, I believe.
I got a new beer from brewed in Fredericksburg, Texas. Lobo Negro. That's what I'm drinking.
What'd you call me?
After you just said black what earlier? But anyway, say what you will about Halo and the whole story, but multiplayer is that right there is that and what we'll be discussing in about 3 once we get down there. The third category or third section, whatever. Fuck it. The dancer's hitting me now.
We're going live.
Continue.
I don't think we're gonna get that.
So if I
far
have
into this.
$460 left over sometimes,
Yeah, we will.
I think I'll
We're
do
going to
that.
have to two-part this.
So,
No,
but,
there's really not much on these next two right here, except for new
Well,
Tomb
hold
Raider.
on,
We
let me
just
go
saw
ahead
a
and
CG
do that.
trailer.
if you
Go
have
ahead.
a chance, go ahead and check out the trailer for the Master Chief Collection, because if you look at the subtle nuances of it, it actually looks like the Arbiter from Halo 2 is talking to the other Spartan that is on the pseudo cover for Halo 5 Guardians and giving them information as far as you need to look at the past. One of the other things that I'm very disappointed about, and I know Obsidian is very pissed off about that, is that the Halo 2 anniversary, which is included in this Master Chief Edition, has not been announced for the 360. He is a person that will gladly shell out another $30 to $40 for just, sorry Jerry, the Halo
Quit saying
2.
sorry.
I'm gonna do it.
What's
The
the
Halo
reason?
2
Turn it
Anniversary Edition. But that's my rant. I'm excited. I will be one of the people that drops 60 bones on it. Keep in mind, if you are watching, listening, reading, I don't know, smoke screening this, I don't know. I am a huge Halo fan. I have the Master Chief helmet. I have the Halo Reach statue. I will have this. Moving right along. I gotta pee.
Bummer hit you pretty quick, didn't it?
Jerry, I don't know how much you want to add to this, but there was a CG trailer showed for a brand new Tomb Raider that's going to come out in 2015 that had her talking to some psychiatrist, looked like to me. I don't know what else you want to add to that. It was just
That's
a quick short
great.
CG trailer. It was real quick and to the point, got everybody excited. Oh shit, they're working on another Tomb Raider, badass. So I know that you played through it, you loved it. I think Ian also played through it and loved it. I have yet to finish it. John, I think you've started it as well and haven't finished it.
You two need to finish it.
We will in
Okay.
due time.
Moving right along to something that was both at the Microsoft and Ubisoft conference. Tom Clancy's The Division. I liked this trailer. I think it got me a little bit more stoked about it. I mean, it's a Tom Clancy, so I'm a fanboy. I was going to get it, but this one kind of revealed some more information. My first kind of comment was the dialogue between the team is very unique, and when I did some more research about it, I found out why. These individuals are really civilians. They're not military. They've just been trained secretly and embedded into society is what their explanation was. But the gameplay looks good. The tech that you see up on the screen, the HUD, it looks informative. So I'm excited about it.
I love the map being shown up on the ground in a three-dimensional thing, and
Yeah, that was cool.
that was pretty badass when they hit that up. So
I don't
Yep.
know, man. That seems like that could be an easy thing to distract me.
well, you're not going to always look
Well,
at
you
it.
get
though.
easily
You look at it,
distracted.
you get your
Yes, I
waypoint.
do. I get very easily distracted.
It looks interesting. I'm not going to be a day one just because I don't know much about it other than it looked like the day one that really has me stoked was, and we'll talk about it later, but the Rainbow Six. Yeah. But this next thing,
I tell you what. Now this is not for anybody on here yet, but this right here, I don't know where I'm pointing as far as your screen's concerned. This right here is also my Xbox One gamer tag. Hey, my hair is fucked up again.
oh shit.
So, if you have intentions to get, what was that? The Division? Yeah, The Division. Follow me on the Xbox. Send me a message letting me know that you will. The more people that I get to tell me that they're interested in playing the game, the closer I will get to becoming a day one. And I say this because I'd love to play with a bunch of Canadians. You get my meaning? Gotta send me some beer. That's all you gotta do.
This next thing right here is will probably end up being the reason why I want to get an Xbox One. Especially how I found out that the creator from the first one is the one that's doing this one.
Because that second one was a pile of fucking piss.
Dude, I don't even want to consider it a part of the Crackdown universe. It was terrible. It was horrible. Horrible.
I played the demo, and I couldn't get past the demo.
I played the fucking demo too, and it was one of those things where it's like, you know what? A motherfuck this shit.
Yeah.
If I could get it for $5 or cheaper, I'll take it. You know what, Microsoft? If you really want to show that you want to fuck people in the ass during this Games on Gold, go ahead and give that for a fucking Games on Gold. That's bullshit.
I will admit, so this game right here got, I think, all four of us hooked from the first one. And let me ask you all, the only reason why you bought this is because it came with the Halo 3 demo or beta.
No. See,
that was the only reason why I bought it. When I saw that Halo 3 was going to be on here and you could get a code for it, I was like, fuck the game. I want to get into the Halo 3 beta. I want to check this shit out.
I think it got me to be a day one of the game, but I don't think that was the only reason why I bought the game.
Let me put in my 2 cents here, because I have tons of pennies sitting right here. So what got me to get the... God damn this fucking hair. Hold on a second. I'm going to continue talking while I do this. So, I love my hair. What can I say?
John, we don't have to worry about that, do we? We got the shortest hair here.
That's why I grow my hair out long, brothers. So that one day, when you guys need a wig, I am prepared to assist you.
No, you're just going to have an awesome comb over.
Shave it, John. Shave it. Shave that shit off.
Shave it. We should
Looks
put
like Logan's hair. He's got a whole strand just like that on top of his head.
You know what we should do? Is that one guy from Empire Strikes Back. We should get you that fucking thing that just wraps around the side of your Rock on.
Oh my god.
By the way, Crackdown 2 is $10.85.
Ain't worth it. Fuck that.
Ain't worth it. Ain't fucking worth it. Until it's free on
no,
that
it's not
game.
even worth free. It's a waste of time.
No,
then you're
it's
sacrificing
worth
your
it
life.
to download it so that I have it available, so that when Microsoft does do the holy fucking gang bang and unlock all my shit to where I can play Xbox 360 games on my One, I want it there for streamability. That's all I want it for. But the reason why I got Crackdown is because, and I remember fondly the days playing that demo, where once you passed a certain point, you had 30 minutes. I remember that because I moved into this house the day that demo came available. And that's what I did. I put the kiddo to bed, and I turned around and I played the shit out of that twice.
That's
before I went to bed every night. Every night. And then, thankfully, because of the place that I used to work at, which I can say openly because I know I'm not going to get sued, which was CompUSA, I had a login to this Microsoft site where I could log in and take all these tests and get all this free points for taking these tests and these exams and becoming an expert when I worked in the warehouse, where it didn't matter how I sold your shit. Either way, shape, or form, I got the game for free. Oh yeah. So that's the reason why I ended up with the game, because it was free to me.
Yeah. So this game right here will probably be what gets me to buy an Xbox One.
And it looks like it's got some serious multiplayer capability in it.
Mm-hmm.
I will help you buy a 3-month pass if you need it, so that we can do some fucking skills for kills, bro.
That's the thing that's like, fucking seriously, I'll be spending 120 a year. Well, no, 60. It's 60 and 50, 110 a year, whatever.
110 a year.
So it's
that's
like,
okay.
That's okay. It's an MMO, right? That's an MMO. That's an MMO.
God, don't say those words.
I know, but that is.
I can see my house from here.
I could justify it for any fucker that's a World of Warcraft person or a Final Fantasy Online person. I could say I'm getting to play a shitload more games and whatever. I don't need to justify it. It's my fucking money. Whatever.
Yeah, no, you don't need to justify it, because I need more people to play fucking games with.
In Crackdown, I will. Oh God, that made me. And I knew it was a rumor, and it was probably going to be announced or teased.
It was pseudo-announced at last E3. Do not even tell me that it was a rumor that you didn't think was going to come out. So when they were doing the whole thing where they were sliding between the operating systems, if you had paid very close attention, one of the tiles was one of the agility orbs. It was a new version of the agility orb, which was the man running. You know, nice. If you had seen that, you would have known it was coming. They just wanted to get more so that they could have something to show.
One thing I hope, though, because in Crackdown 1, you could specialize in agility or strength, but the main thing was you'd want to max out it all, like everybody did. You max out everything: your driving, your strength, your agility, and your shooting. I hope in this one they tell you that you have limitations, and they tell you you can only go down this path if you want to be a true sniper. You can only become the expert sniper without the, buffed up muscles and all this other shit.
With you, as long
that would make multiplayer so much more badass.
As long as I can actually get, okay, and this, I'm gonna sound like a racist, so let's just go ahead and put this out there. I'm not. I love you all. In fact, I have a strange affinity towards Korean and Japanese women. But if you, in the original Crackdown, you had certain nationalities you could pick. And one time I had one of you guys over, I think it was Jerry, and I was like, hey, don't pick the Asian guy, because I picked him to be my avatar. Fuck you, by the way. And he picked somebody else, but as he was playing it, he still had the buffs that I had, and he still was adding into my buffs anytime that he picked up any agility orbs. So it didn't make any fucking sense. So here, this is a free one to, is it Real-Time Games or whatever, whoever the fuck is working on this shit. Here's a free tip. If I pick the Asian guy, everything that's done under the Asian guy stays only under the Asian guy. If I pick a fucking African guy, everything that's done under the African guy stays with the African guy. Okay?
Make sure if you do the Asian guy, you make sure you level up their driving skills.
You're a dick.
Where's the drum?
I was gonna make a
Where's
kung fu joke.
Damn it, Jerry! You on the soundboard. Jesus Christ! I was waiting for it. God damn it!
Why didn't you message me? Why?
It was a last-minute type thing. I'm sorry. One last thing before we quickly go into the Ubisoft and see how far we can get in that. Ian, real quick, are you a Fable fan?
No.
Okay, then we're not going to talk about Fable Legends. Nice. Then we won't talk about Fable Legends. I'll skip that. All right. Anything else on Microsoft?
Far Cry 4's trailer looked fucking awesome. I have 3 and I haven't played it, but man, that trailer for 4, my.
You haven't played 3?
No, I haven't. I haven't. So, hey, wait, okay, if I should just interject real quick, have you played 3 Blood Dragon?
No, I haven't downloaded that yet, but it is on my wish list.
John has a copy that he could give to you after this call is ended.
Wait, I have a copy of what?
Try 3 Blood Dragon. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
ISO.
Hint,
3 Blood Dragon.
I can send you a game for free.
So Jerry, you can We'll talk about that after.
All right. So no, Far Cry 3 good, and it looks like, and I never played any of the other Far Cry games, but it looks like what they did was they did 3 and then made it better, and the not the protagonist, what are the
The villain?
antagonist? Thank you. Okay, I've only been drinking all day. Is a freaking psychopath, and it's the same one that did the voice of the Joker.
Yeah, his name is Troy Baker, and he's a badass.
Yeah, so
He is
good voice actor.
a fucking badass voice actor. He was
And they
Booker in
brought the
Punisher.
wingsuit back. Excited about that.
Yep.
So good game. I love Ubisoft.
I'm just really stoked. I mean, that opening trailer where they said it was like a demo section, because it's all they've taken enough from Valve when it comes to Half-Life and the way that they do things. Which, by the way, fuck you, Valve. I would love to see a Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3 announcement. I'd love to see that. Just spend like 10 minutes fucking saying that.
John, do you have any thoughts on that?
Announce another fucking Left 4 Dead. I'm fucking done.
John shaking his head.
Done. But
John
it's,
shaking his head. Fuck
it's
this.
one of these things where it's like, the the trailer itself that showed that was great. That gives me enough want to actually buy the game, because it makes it look like, and it makes it look like you're not going to be fighting against Voz type of situation. You're going to be fighting with psychopathic homo, and I have no other name to go by. That's the only reason why I called him that. Don't think that I don't like gay people, because I actually love gay people. Yeah, fuck you. Moving right on. What's next on this list here? Let's move down. So Far Cry 4, we covered that. Ooh, let's go into Rainbow Six Siege. Ooh, Jerry, before I say anything.
I'm just kind of sad that there's no more Patriots.
I'm just kind of fucking pissed off.
They renamed it.
No, this is not.
No, it's totally different.
Patriots had a single-player campaign. What this is a fucking ripoff of Payday and fucking Left 4 Dead. That's all this is it is a multiplayer game. It is, I think it's 5v5 or 6v6. That's all it is. That's fucking all it is. I understand you guys want your fucking money, but I tell you what, there are people that are willing to pay for sneaky first-person shooters.
Let me ask you this. So, did they say anything about, this, like you said, multiplayer only, but did they say anything about the ability to add bots like you can in Payday or Left 4 Dead?
Okay. Now,
hold on.
let's take...
Yes or no? No, hold on. Yes or no? Did they?
I'm not at liberty to say, because I did not.
If they do, this is exactly what I would play. Rainbow Six 3. Way back, that's exactly what it was a single-player or multiplayer game where you either had bots that would assist you to open, do breach and clear, or and it was just missions, and it was different locations, and you had a target that you had to go take and whatever.
Well, now let me ask you a question. When I talk about Payday 2, have you played Payday 2?
I've only played one mission.
Okay.
I have it on PC. I haven't played it.
You played it alone.
No, I haven't.
I eat Paydays. Those are pretty
Those
good.
are
So I take it probably the AI sucks. Is that what you're getting at?
Oh, no, sir. What I'm trying to get at is that the AI sucks like a porn star that has been out of work for like 4 years. Right, she sucks so hard that it's possibly going to corrupt your testicles with how horrible that fucking bullshit is.
So have you played Left 4 Dead with AI?
Ooh, don't get me started!
Not
I can
first
fucking
one.
pull them out and
Not
show
the
you
first
to
one.
them.
The second one.
No. No. Because I have no friends, I decided that I wasn't going to spend money on Left 4 Dead 2. Now, granted, at the time, I actually jumped in at one point and had a friend that introduced me to, I think it was like 3 or 4 other people. We played Left 4 Dead 1 like the night before 2 came out.
Okay.
Look at that, 2. And I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money at the time to be able to pick up 2 on a whim. It's one of those things where I had to witness every E3 and budget accordingly. So now it's one of those things where if I was the man that I am now, back then, yeah, I would have played 2.
So you're saying that you don't like it because it's multiplayer, but I'm not bringing up Titanfall because that's totally different. What about Evolve? Are you not interested in that at all?
Mm-mm.
What?
Nope. It is an okay.
God.
Let me backpedal with your words. It is a very intriguing concept.
Very.
I would enjoy playing that, but here's the problem: I need 4 fucking random people to play as one team, and one fucker to not. You know who I would want to be all the time?
The monster.
That one fucker that doesn't have to worry about the 13-year-old boy at the other end of the fucking microphone.
Oh, I forgot that's on
his
there.
Fucking part.
I forgot that's what you have to deal with.
What I would have to convince is 3 other blokes of buying the fucking game. And you know how hard it is to convince 3 blokes. Now, it's not that hard to convince 2 of them. It's a little bit more difficult to convince one of them that they need to drop 60 bones on a game. Because this means they need to put in like some serious fucking overtime. So, when it comes to that, no. Now, granted, Call of Duty, he'll probably be a day 1. But that's a different story altogether. I have that much left from that. That's all that's left. I'm not even looking at the camera, so I don't know if that's the right angle that I should be showing it as. There's just very little bit
left.
So do we need to find a stopping point now?
Fuck that noise.
Yeah,
all we have is EA, and the only thing that we have on here is about Star Wars, which I already talked about earlier. I didn't know if you guys had any insight on that.
You know what?
I didn't get any insight. I didn't get anything.
Let's cover Destiny.
Okay.
I'll
talk about it, actually, instead of what they showed at the conference. I'll talk about Destiny right now.
You know what?
We'll end on Destiny.
Okay.
So Destiny, and I will tell you right now, here's what is a true example of Borderlands, Mass Effect.
How?
Woo, woo, woo. They make a baby, and that's what Destiny is. Here is how it is. Borderlands, what do you think of when you think of Borderlands? You think it's a first-person shooter? You think there's a leveling system? You think that you have different skill trees that you could do? You think that there's different weapons that you can get, and you could actually unlock different weapons and stuff? All of that can be done in Destiny. You can dismantle your weapons. You could upgrade the weapons that you have. You could purchase new weapons at the vendor. You can also, depending on what class you take, I chose, I forgot the fucking name of the class I chose, but it was more of a like Lilith type character where
Warlock.
Yes, thank you. That's exactly what it was, Warlock. So you unlock these skill trees. Now here's how it's different than Borderlands. It's different than Borderlands because when you level up, and what do you get to do? You get to apply your skill to your skill tree however you see fit. In this, it takes a Elder Scrolls type approach to it where as you use your ability, it actually has a circular experience pool that as you use it more and more efficiently and effectively, that'll level that skill up, and then you can unlock in addition to that ability. Like with the Warlock, I have a force push, pretty much is what it is. It's a melee attack that will disintegrate the enemy if I get a good critical hit on that person from behind or in a technical headshot. And once I build up my super meter, or whatever they call it, it says like special ability. If I hit 2 buttons at the same, pretty much it's exactly what it is. I hit both buttons and I summon this big old fucking fireball, and it just is a huge explosion grenade.
What both buttons? You said both.
To me, it's L1, R1. I'm sure it's the RB, LB for you.
Okay.
Your shoulder buttons.
Yes, your shoulder buttons. So your aim buttons are your trigger pad left, and then your shoot, of course, is your right trigger pad. Okay.
Trigger pad?
Whatever you want to fucking. Hey, no, dancer.
All right. Well, whatever.
Anyway, yeah, whatever. The thing that it has is similar to Borderlands is when you shoot an enemy, you see the damage numbers pop up over its head. That's similar to Borderlands, of course. The way that it has a Mass Effect type appeal now is where this gets interesting. So, when you start out the game, at least when I started out this demo, I don't know how the campaign starts or whatever, you have a ship, just like you do in Mass Effect. You can upgrade your ship, just like you can in Mass Effect. You go to planets, just like you do in Mass Effect, and then you look at different areas on the planet that you can go land on and do mini-missions, just like you can do in Mass Effect. There's different buttons that will tell you, if you go here, you have a recommended level 3 quest that you could have up to 1 to 3 players on. If you go here, it's recommended for level 6. You have da-da-da-da-da. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yep.
So, these levels that you're playing in the alpha, we'll go ahead and call it that fucking bullshit, are they outside of New Russia?
I have no idea where they're at. One of them was what it looked like to be in South America if you looked at the planet Earth. I didn't really look at like the terrain of where it was on the world map.
I'm not asking about the terrain. When you're looking around, damn,
there's snow. There's snow on one of the missions.
Well, yeah, okay, but are there like billboards that have words written across them?
No, I didn't see any. I saw a downed airplane that looked like it was in pieces, and then I went into this warehouse and then took out a bunch of, which is kind of funny, based off Bungie. They actually call it the Hive. Which, yeah. So that's what you fight, and they look a lot like the Arbiters, in my opinion, because you have a witch that actually hovers and does. I'll have to stream some more so you can watch it, and since you're home now, I hope to you don't have as laggy. Yeah. Multiplayer felt a lot like Halo though, and that's where I was just like, dude, Bungie. I mean, it's don't fix what ain't broke, I guess, but. I mean, you saw me playing the multiplayer, and that's where you're like multiplayer only. But like, what did you get out of it? Because to me, it felt just like Halo with it. You know, the vehicle is OP, and it was just taking out everything. I couldn't even get to the fucking area to redeem that waypoint or whatever. And it could be because I suck or whatever.
Okay, keep in mind, again, I was in a hotel room that had shitty fucking internet, so it was one of these things where I'd watch you for a couple of seconds, and then would have to buffer, and you would jump ahead probably, I don't know, a minute to 20 seconds. So I didn't see a lot. That's why I started actually we started having conversations through text.
I didn't have my mic set up, yeah. I didn't have it.
And that's totally fine, because I had my son awake, and I didn't want to have him hear any of that stuff. So it's like I typed that, and I was like, you know what? I should have probably texted it to him. I mean, it's interesting to see, but it is one of these things where Bungie does have a specific formula that they stick to, but if they put it in those type of aspects of working within a single player and then working also in a multiplayer, it might not work properly if it's integrated, kind of like how Watch Dogs has it. And I hate to bring that up because I know we're going to have a great long discussion about that on another podcast.
Yeah.
But if they integrate it like that, it's one of those situations where it might not work right. That's why when you posted that you were in the alpha and then you were streaming it, I wanted to see.
Yeah.
When I came in, you were only in the multiplayer, so I wanted to make sure that they weren't forcing you.
Yeah, and I've been playing for an hour, so I was like, I want to check this out and see what it's like. The one cool aspect of it, where they have kind of like a lobby system, where you can actually see other people's characters that they've created, because there is a robust character model creation where you can pick from 3 different races, and then of course your gender, and then you could alter that and all that stuff. So they make it like an RPG aspect. But the really cool thing is they have a lobby. They call it the Tower. So if you don't feel like you want to, say you've gone out and you've done a shitload of raid missions or little mini missions or whatever, and you rack up a shitload of coins or weapons that you want to cash in, you actually go to the Tower, and the Tower is like a marketplace, like in an MMO. I know you don't like to hear that word, but you go to this place, and there is literally a shitload of people around you, and you go to the market. You go to the vendor, and you could go to the weapons vendor and see what they got. You could go to the armor vendor. You could cash in whatever you have, your shit. You could, just like the market or the towns in Diablo. You go in, you sell your shit, and then you buy shit, and you try to get better loot and everything like that. So it's got like a little bit of a loot system to it as well, which kind of makes it interesting. There's multiplayer items that you can only unlock in multiplayer mode, kind of like with the I don't know what I forgot what it's called in Halo, when you can unlock the different pieces of armor for doing special challenges and shit like that.
Unlocking.
Fuck yeah, whatever. I don't know if that was based off a level. It's been so long since I played multiplayer there. I mean, it seems interesting. I don't even know if it's still going on. I thought they said it was ending tonight because the developers are getting on it at like 9 o'clock this evening. I'm very interested in it. I still don't know if I'm a day one on it. But if you have, like, this is another game where, like you said, if you got friends that could work together, because I actually had a buddy that I asked him what he thought of it, and he said, I can't, and he's actually on our group, Brian. He goes, I can't kill the fucking wizard, or the witch. And I said, well, you got to stay away from it. It does some damage to you. You got to actually defend yourself. And he was like, I hate the game. I can't figure it out. I was like, well, let's get in a party. Let me take you in there, and I'll show you how to do it. And we had a blast. And that's where that Halo aspect, the co-op, actually made it enjoyable to where with him, when he played single player only, he hated it. But
you mean the MMO? You can't say
no,
Halo.
I don't. No. I hate playing Halo and Borderlands by myself. I would so much rather play with other people because I enjoy it more with other people. Because if I need help, I could tell somebody, hey, shoot that shit over there while I go heal my shield, just like you can heal a shield in Destiny. I always need help. I don't like playing. I mean, if I had the choice to play a co-op FPS, I would play that over a single-player FPS.
You know what?
That's why I have not beat Far Cry 3, the campaign. I do not like
agree
playing.
with you, but then again, I point out the fact that you and I had a conversation regarding a multiplayer-only based first-person shooter.
Hey, guess what? I bought Titanfall and I've been playing it. It's fun.
Yeah, you damn straight it's fucking fun. It's a fantastic game. I bought the fucking the first map pack, and I'll probably buy the next one when it comes out as well.
The campaign is what's lacking, though. I'm trying to follow the story, and that's why I said if it's got that's why I like the story, and I would rather play with a friend so we could both experience that together.
Yeah, but you and I are in the same boat. You know it. That Titanfall story is a pile of fucking piss.
Yeah, and I've been trying. I got through the first 2 missions, and I'm like, fuck this.
Fucking YouTube it. It doesn't matter. The gameplay is what matters to that. So, here we are. It's 10 o'clock. We've been doing this for quite some time, and I know a couple of these dudes are ready to go to bed because one of them's got a new kid. The other one has a really young kid. And we need to get to bed. And I've drank that entire fucking bottle. And I need to start streaming some Watch Dogs because I missed. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, listening to it on Podbean, listening to it on iTunes, you've missed the stream. If you are part of our group on Facebook.com/group/Super Barley Brother Bros, BROS, not brothers. I always say brothers. You have noticed that I have streamed. Is my hair fucked up? Because I'm about to get streaming.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
I'll get it fixed before we do that. So, this has been our E3 wrap-up. We have obviously missed over some really important games. We have only covered over the games that we really like. Scott looks like he's got something.
Just real quick, yeah, we'll cover Sony on the next podcast, but I wanted to give everybody a heads up on our Super Barley Brothers podcast. We have a huge new development that's going to be taking place here on actually this podcast. So a good friend of ours that's in our group is the owner of a website called Con Freaks and Geeks. He also has a group on there on Facebook as well that you could join that they mainly talk about comics and anime and a lot of other media-type geek stuff besides video games, which is our majority of what we like to talk about. We are partnering up with that website, and this podcast will be on their website, and we will definitely give you guys a heads up of when that's posted to that website and where you can access it to download it from there if that makes it easier for you. So we have to give a shout-out to them for allowing us to post to their website. It is a huge way for us to get a lot more listeners, a lot more feedback, and as well as to get some good discussions going. Definitely email us if you guys want us to talk about a specific topic. You want us to do a top 5 list. If you want us to do a debate or anything like that. I mean, Ian and I could debate for fucking 3 hours. I mean, Jesus Christ, we could tear each other a new one, and then Jerry and John could just sit there and get drunk off their ass, and we'll let them vote for who the winner is in the end.
Isn't that usually how
whatever you want us to do? That's exactly what we're here for. Is, you know, we have our own thing. We could talk about what we've been playing, what we've been doing. You know, like we're doing here. We're doing the E3 thing here, just because that's what excites us. Is, you know, the games that are coming out and the new shinies. It's exactly what we're interested in. But we also appreciate what you guys have to offer. So definitely email us at superbarleybrothers with BROS @gmail.com and just let us know what you want to hear, what you want to know.
You know what, Scott? Thank you for bringing that up, because I wanted to like actually extend a challenge. God damn, my hair's fucked up. Hold on a second. Why is it continuing?
Got an alfalfa thing
Headset
going.
off of my set, and then I'm going to put it back on. So I want to extend the challenge. Now, I know that the Cons, Freaks, and Geeks website that we are tied to, we have a lot of people that go to conventions, do the cosplay type of thing. Me and Scott are huge into anime. I'm not sure about the other guys, so I want to extend a challenge to the ladies. This is not to the guys, because I don't want to see this. I would love to see a Battle Angel Alita cosplay. And I'm not talking about one that is selfied in front of your fucking mirror in your bathroom. Now, I'd love to see that. Go ahead and send that to me myself. I am on, Twitter. It's right down here. You can go ahead and send it to me yourself.
Do a DM.
In any way, shape, or form that you choose to. Or, yeah, just send it to me. I don't care. I would love to see...
Dude, I'm looking at this Battle Angel Alita. Holy fucking shit.
I want to see Battle Angel Alitas at conventions. I want to see photos done. You know what? I want to see you like posing with other people that are doing Battle Angel Alita. This is where I call out to the guys. Go ahead and dress up as the other gentlemen that are within the game. It's going to be difficult to catch my attention as the gentleman. I'm just saying. But go ahead and do the Battle Angel Alita cosplay. That will be fantastic. I mean, you know what? I might sound like a pervert, but at least I'm not asking for High School of the Dead.
Dude, I'm liking this Battle Angel Alita.
You need to read the manga. You need to read the manga. I've read every fucking issue, and it's fucking awesome. Awesome. But with that being said, we want to thank you, the group that has reached out to us and asked us to do the side project with them, which we are more than happy to do. If you happen to come across us and you have a side project that you work with or another group that you have a website through, let us know.
Yeah, I mean, we're always open to, if you guys have any art abilities and you want to create a logo, or if you want to do an intro song, or if you want to, we're here to support you as well, because you guys are supporting us, and that's what matters. You support us, we support you, we get your name out there, we'll do whatever we can, just like you guys are doing for us. That's what we're here for.
With that being said, thank you for checking us out. Feel free to send a comment to us, an email to us, follow us on Twitters. I'm going to go ahead and run down the list real quick. Again, I just want to show this out there. Excuse me. I am, my name is Ian. I am at Fiend75002 at Twitter. Be honest with you, I haven't been a huge person using it. But if I get a lot of followers, I might start to. I'm also on Twitch as Fiend75002, so feel free. Follow me on there. I'll be streaming tonight. I'm going to try to stream after every broadcast. So, you know, if it's a Sunday or Saturday night, and you know that we broadcast because you're part of our group, fucking check out your Twitch. Other than that, who's next?
I'll go. I'm Scott, and you can reach me on Twitter pretty much as Flip42FL1P42. Same on Twitch. I'll be honest, I have not been streaming as much as Ian. I will start to do a lot more of that, though, especially because I want to, and I'll let you know, Ian, because I want to get your feedback. I'm going to start probably with Metal Gear Solid 5 this week and stream that so I could get some...
You suck at stealthing.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I want you to see how well I can do whenever I run. And then I do my takedown.
All I was doing was screaming, I'm stealthing as I'm running from place to place.
Spill it. Spill it. Spill it. So that's how you can reach me. Like I said, we'll be giving you guys a lot more details as to how you can reach us as well on confreaksandgeeks.com. Next.
All right, I guess I'll wrap up. Phoenix 42 John. You can reach me on Twitter. I'm very rarely on there, more on Facebook, and I really have gotten away from the social media type scene. So yeah, good luck trying to get a hold of me.
So John is non-existent to this podcast or anywhere in digital media. All right.
Damn straight.
Way to be a contributor. I'm just joking.
Hey, I'm here for the alcohol.
Oh, shit.
Jerry.
You're on mute,
Jerry.
dude.
What the fuck?
My bad.
There you are.
Jerry, Twitter's JD_Shep. And you said so this is like a 2-part series for E3.
This will be a 2-part next week, or not next week. We'll be in 2 weeks, unless we decide in a last-minute type ordeal that we'll try to do this maybe next week. We'll cover Sony's and Nintendo's conferences, which won't be as long.
Okay,
no,
cool.
because there was no Metroid.
Mm-mm.
But we will talk about Bayonetta, and there's another challenge for y'all at the cons.
And on that note,
Ladies and gentlemen, we do appreciate you checking out the Super Barley Brothers podcast. If you have come across us through YouTube or any other means, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. We would love to see you come back every month, every 2 weeks. We're going to try to work out a schedule that kind of has to play around my single-parent bullshit. But we'll see you back. Feel free to join us on Facebook/group/Super Barley Brothers. Feel free to join us on Google Plus if anybody's doing that, because that's where all this is done, as you can tell with this thing, like that's right here. Follow us on Twitter. Reach out to us. We would be more than happy to answer questions. We would love your feedback. Doesn't matter. Love you all. Thanks for checking it out. Feel free to follow us. Whatever. Have a good night. Have a good beer. Thanks for playing.
stay nerdy.
Thanks for playing. I like that.
You've been listening to the Super Barley Brothers podcast. Join the conversation utilizing Super Barley Bros on WordPress, Podbean, YouTube, Google+, Gmail, and on their Facebook group. On iTunes, Super Barley Brothers. Leave any kind of comments, questions, suggestions, concerns, etc. Individually, we can be reached on Twitter, Jerry, JD_Shep, Ian, Fiend75002, also on Twitch, John, Phoenix42, that's PH03NIX42, and Scott, Flip42, FL1P42, also on Twitch. See you in a couple weeks.